Welcome to the channel, friends. So today's video is going to be a quick discussion of what I found when I took apart the PVT housing for the Polaris XP1000. So I'm in the middle of doing a custom stealth snorkel kit on this machine, so please check out that video if you're interested. But that's why I have the machine apart right now. As you can see, the back end is lifted up. That way I can get access to the rear of the PVT housing. And so I decided to open up the housing and to check out the condition of the belt. Because recently, in the past month or so, I noticed the machine was inching forward when it would be in low gear or reverse. So I knew that indicated some kind of a misalignment issue or something like that, and I didn't think really anything of it until I decided the other day, yesterday, to take the housing apart, take the cover off, and check out the condition of the belt and see what's going on. And as to my surprise, there was an issue with the belt, and I want to show you guys up close what it looks like, but I'm going to talk really quick on what is coming up in the next few videos for the machine. I am doing a stealth snorkel kit, which I am doing right now on the XP1000. The 850 is already done. This is what it looks like. It's a stealth snorkel system that I custom made, I pieced together. I did not buy this off the shelf or ordered off a line, off a website or anything. I custom made this thing all myself. I came up with all the parts and figured everything out. So this will be hidden completely when you put the bodywork back on. So you will not notice that it has snorkels. I hate that look of the big tall snorkels that stick out and block your headlight and basically render the Polaris storage compartment here in the front useless because you have to drill holes in it and it takes up that whole area. So this retains all the factory function, and it gives you the ability now to go in deeper water. Basically, you can go right up to here, which is about 38 inches of water. So I went ahead and used the SYA Warrior plate on my machines because I bought them and I had them laying around and I decided to put them on. So there's going to be an install video on just the PVT housing for the vents and the routing of the tubing, and then a separate install video for the intake, which is going to be its own thing. So that's what the 850 looks like. It's all ready to go. I just have it exposed because I'm just waiting for the silicone to dry and to do the final kind of adjustments on it. But pretty much this is all set right here. I'm working on the XP1000 and it's coming along great. I have to do basically the same exact thing. It's the same exact machine. But let's get back to the belt situation. Let me go here in the workshop and show you the belt up close, what it looks like. So here is the belt, and this is what happened. It's starting to come apart, and it's delaminating on the outer edge, as you can see there. So all the way around, it kind of has like a split in it, as you can see, and it's starting to come apart. Now, this could be because this belt here from Dayco, this is a Dayco XTX 2244. Now, this is not the proper belt for my machine. When I went ahead and researched an upgraded belt, somehow I came across this part number when I cross-referenced the Polaris number. So I don't know how I received this. It was my own mistake. So the actual proper part number for the Dayco XTX is this one right here. So the XTX 2268. I checked out Dayco's fitment guide, and this is the one for my year and model XP1000. I guess this one right here was used on like a previous year Highlifter 1000, but it does not cross-reference over into the 2018, for some reason, XP1000 Hunter. It specifically said to use this part number. So this is the correct belt. You guys can check it out on Dayco's fitment site. But I went ahead and got the proper belt. This here obviously is the stock Polaris one. I just want to do a comparison between these three. Now, so this one in comparison to this one, this here, the proper belt, is actually like 20 thousandths thicker or so, and also longer by about 50 thousandths or 70 thousandths, I forget. So it's longer in circumference around the perimeter, and it is slightly thicker by 20 thousandths. So that can all matter in how it grips and engages the clutch. So I'm really interested to see what happens now with the proper belt versus this one, because this one right here, honestly, it worked just fine. I did not notice anything until it started acting up, started inching forward in low gear in reverse. But for the most part, it had plenty of power, it engaged, it hooked up well. So that slight variation, a minuscule amount, could play a factor in why this shredded apart like this. Okay, I will have to check out the 850 because we did a lot of winter riding in snow and we had the machine in low gear a lot. So I'm just concerned now because of that situation. That day we rode probably about 4 or 5 hours in low gear because of the conditions. But I don't think that was the cause of this, but I just want to check the 850 now just in case. I will have to inspect that belt. But I'm pretty sure it was because it's not the right belt. And on my machine, the XP1000, I do a lot of snow plowing, towing with the trailer, all sorts of extra work that I do not do with the 850. So that could be a reason why, but this essentially is supposed to be an upgrade from the stock Polaris one. This is a Kevlar reinforced, I believe, something. It's the extreme duty, extreme torque belt, so it should hold up better than the stock one. So I will have to reevaluate the performance based on the proper one for my machine. So I will put this one in today, and I will go ahead and give you guys a review over the next year or so. This one here has been in about a year. I put this in when I did the clutch kit on the XP1000. I have a video on that complete install of the clutch kit, and I talk about this belt in the video. So that was when I installed it. Today is going to be the new belt, which is the actual proper one. So I'm going to go ahead now and put the camera up on the stand and show you a quick comparison of the thickness difference between all three of these here. All right, so really quick, I have my 8-inch Mitutoyo calipers, and let's measure the stock width on the stock Polaris belt for the XP1000. And keep in mind, this was worn in for about, probably a few hundred miles. So it's 1 inch, 204, and 5/10. The XTS 2244. Let me try to grab it in a nice spot where it's not chewed apart. 1 inch, 196. 188. 178. This is probably where it's really worn. So we got a number that was smaller, even at the biggest point here. If I can find that, which was 204. 1 inch 204. All right, so the biggest number we found here for the width is 1 inch 204. I'm going to call it that because this thing is pretty worn. There we go. It's really hard to get a measurement on this because it's so worn. It kind of has an irregular surface worn into it. So we'll call it 1 inch 200. And then the brand new XTS 2268, which is the belt I am putting on, the correct belt, brand new belt, 1 inch 213, 1 inch 213 on the other end as well. So 1 inch 213, this matches up to what pretty much the stock Polaris one is in width. 1 inch 210, 208. So we're very close to the Polaris one, which is broken in, keep in mind. So a brand new one is 1 inch 213. give or take a couple thousandths. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead now and install this, and it's a very simple process. Check out my clutch kit video if you're interested in seeing how exactly to do that. I'm not going to go through the whole process today because it's kind of rudimentary and kind of self-explanatory. So you guys should all know how to install a belt on your machine. It's very important, especially in the field. So I recommend you taking a look at your owner's manual and trying it out someday, because very important to change these out. And especially if you blow one in the field while trail riding, it's good to know how to do that. So let's go ahead now and install it in the machine. I'll give you a quick recap on the end of the video. Alright guys, so I went ahead and installed the new belt, and as you can see right there, it is in place. And one thing I do notice is that the belt, once you install it and spin it a couple times to seat it properly, it will rise up a little bit. That's normal. That it sits, so that cord piece, as you can see there, the inner cord structure or rope, the fabric in the belt, is sitting above the secondary drive pulley, or the driven pulley, whichever one you want to call it. So it sits just above it. The other belt, the wrong one, was actually probably sitting further in and rubbing on that inside cord there, if you can see that. So it was rubbing closer to that cord, so the belt was sitting more inside of the pulley and rubbing in that certain spot. That could be why it came apart. So this being a slightly longer belt and wider will actually probably bite better and sit on the pulley better at idle. So that's going to be a good thing. I think this is going to be the ticket. So with that being said, now I can continue the install of the Stealth Snorkel Kit on this machine here, and get this machine all snorkeled up and ready for the deep water. So lots of good things coming. Some more riding videos. I haven't been riding because I wanted to get this snorkel kit out of the way and get the machine ready for the season, and I plan on doing some heavy duty riding this season. So lots of good videos coming up, cool upgrades, modification videos, of course, on the machines. Those will be coming as well. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and if you have any questions or comments, please place them right down below. And if you haven't subscribed to the channel already, please go ahead and do so. I want to thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.